Welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm Jackie.
I'm my husband, Glenn.
He's my husband, Glenn. Yes, he is.
Hey, before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews, whether it's Married at First Sight or like this, Ready to Love.
And if you like listening to audiobooks, click the link in the description for a free 30-day trial from Audible so you can enjoy some books while you ride.
All right, let's get to the review.
All right, Ready to Love.
Episode number 5.
Episode number 5. And we have a continuation of the guys trying to weed through the females to figure out who's going to go home, who's not ready to love.
I know who I want to go home. Whether that person go home or not, only time will tell. We'll see.
All right, so we open with Brian and Chris and Alex having a conversation. And Brian says, you know, the date he had with Alicia was cool, but he had to put his staple in with Alex. He had to go say goodnight before he went to bed. He had to go see about her.
And Chris was like, oh, you did? You know, Chris was like, okay, Alex, go ahead. Well, then, Brian, let's go ahead. Let's get this thing popping. And it's good that Alex was out there. And, you know, it wasn't no animosity from Alex's side that she knew that Chris had already went on a date. I mean, not Chris, Brian went on a date earlier with Alicia. I mean, this is what the show's about. Mix and mingle and find out who fits for you. Yeah,
but Brian made sure, I went out with Alicia, but I had to come home and see about you. And she was like, oh, you did? And he snuck a kiss. He said he got a kiss. He told Chris he got a kiss.
He got a kiss.
All right.
You know, she had her bonnet on, her hat. It wasn't a bonnet.
I was going to say, I think she might, she said she had her bonnet on, but she had a hat on.
She had a hat on, though. Same hat she wore when they were working out. But anyway.
All right. So then we see the much-needed conversation. Adriana had a talk with Denise, but Rashid, I didn't think he was going to come back to it. Because I thought, he let Adriana do her thing. But he said, nah, I got to take care of this. He had a conversation with Denise.
It was bothering him. That light-skinned situation.
I believe it.
The light-skinned situation in the frat, they already think Kappas are pretty boys. And that whole situation was making him feel some type of way. So he was like, look, I got to address it head on. Which I like that because he did a grown man style. He didn't let it linger. He didn't let it fester. Didn't let it do anything other than that. He went and handled it, and him and Denise went and had a conversation like grown adults.
But I don't think it went the way Rashid thought it would.
Nah.
At all. He tells her, we need to sit and talk about the elephant in the room. You know, how you feel about me, some things you said about me, we need to talk about that. And homegirl threw me for a whole loop. She says, well, I want to start by apologizing on Adriana's behalf. What?
She like, yo, she snitched. She went back and told you. That's what she's saying. Basically, Adriana, shoot, why she go tell you?
No, I don't even think she said it like the snitch part. She said it like, oh, she's a young buck. She don't understand what's going on. I got to help the young buck out because she don't understand my perspective. And she hasn't had enough experience to see where I'm coming from. What?
I don't know. She tried, that's the way she feel though. Like, she said she's been through experiences. She wasn't calling him narcissistic, as she said. She said she noticed some tendencies.
He has narcissistic traits. To her. It's a trigger to her. I don't see how saying he has narcissistic traits to her doesn't equate to you come off as a narcissist.
It does. If you got the traits, then I guess you are narcissistic.
And basically what she said, in my opinion, you have narcissistic traits. And what were they for real? Again, the only thing she said was he's light skinned, he's in a frat, he got his pajamas from Nordstrom's. Anyway.
Yeah.
He said, he expressed to her that it upset me because you like questioning my integrity. That means a lot to me. And I didn't really like the way it came off.
But not even the way it came off, but you're throwing it out there to other people who potentially could be to somebody that I love.
Right.
You're throwing it out there for other women to say, you know what, I don't want to deal with him because he's narcissistic. He's there for love. And if he doesn't love Denise, she's affecting everyone else because of her words and her comments. We saw David get sent home because Alicia was like, he don't want to take care of my kids, And so that what you say can affect a person and send them home.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, I think that whole conversation was bullcrap. And later on, Rashid he gives the impression that, it didn't help none. It didn't help none. But Then we see the guys are supposed to explore some chemistry.
Yes.
See who they have chemistry with, kind of strike out. And we see Edwin deciding to go on a one-on-one to have breakfast with Naya, Chris's boo.
And one thing I like about Naya, this thing started off right. She's old Southern girl. You want me to fix your plate? That's the first thing you heard.
Oh
was,
my gosh.
Do you want me to go fix your plate? Now, the Southern women, down South women, they know how to take, they take care. She was like, look, when we fix your plate, he's like, nah, I think I got it, and they had a conversation at the table.
I don't even know if that's just a down South woman thing. I think that's an old school woman thing.
Yeah.
Like, you fix your man a plate. When he sit at the table, you fix your man a plate.
Yeah, you do. Well, she does. So I don't want nobody to misinterpret this. Somebody don't misinterpret it. Don't misinterpret it. She take care of her brothers. I just want y'all out there, because we were just talking about the show here. All right.
I ain't gonna do it. I was like, but I'll say sometimes, because I have had somebody say to me, "You're not gonna fix your husband's plate." Because guess what? I don't fix my husband's plate all the time because he be talking, and I don't want to bring the plate to him cold. Right. So I'm gonna wait till he finish talking, because when I'm ready to eat, he ain't necessarily ready to eat.
Not ready to eat.
So that's why I don't fix his plate all the time.
That's right.
He like his food to be hot.
And sometimes I'm in the line before she does, but then I fix her plate. So it's vice versa.
So now.
So we take care of each other.
Anyway, so they have a conversation. Edwin talks about the fact that he has some dog tags that he wears. One from a friend of his that got killed in battle. Mm-hmm. And it's a reminder of his friend. And he said that God kind of dealt with him about that. Is this a reminder of pain too? And so while you're in this experience, don't wear it all the time. You might want to take it off. Yeah. And so he said that's why I took it off. And
he just got him laying beside the bed, wherever they stand at the resort they're staying at, so he still can remember,
And so she takes the time to share from some pain with her. She says, I've been through 4 miscarriages. She lost her mom and her grandma within 2 months of each other. And it was so close that she didn't have a chance to grieve either one of them. It really happened so fast. And it was hard to deal with, but she had to get through it. Yeah. And so she said with the conversation that they had, that's what she's looking for, somebody to like lead her through life, and we can go through these situations together, somebody that can relate with me when it comes to those kind of issues. So they was kind of feeling each other there.
Feeling each other. Edwin is go ahead and he done slept in, and he done crept into where
he
Chris.
The sleeper.
He the sleeper.
He's the sleeper.
He the sleeper. Chris got everything locked, because remember, Chris has only been with Naya. And so you got Edwin a little competition, and we see that a little bit later when the men are sitting there, and when Edwin says, you know what, I've been feeling Naya, and we went out breakfast, and Chris' face was like, what?
He was like, not my woman.
Not my woman.
That's my woman. So Naya says that she's feeling Chris, but this breakfast with Edwin, she said, I got some decisions to make.
Because what she said was, Chris chose me. Now I have opportunity to choose other people, see other people.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
All right, so then we see Alicia, Anthony, Chris, Winter, Joy, and Shay having a conversation.
Trouble. This is when the trouble starts.
Oh yeah, this is trouble.
Trouble.
Messy Bessie up in the mix.
She likes tea.
She likes spilling it. Mm-hmm. So Alicia said she was really feeling Brian, and she talked to him about, and she talked about the fact that she invited him back to her room.
Yeah.
After they spent, time together. And Shay said, and then what had happened was, here come the mess.
Miss Messy.
Here come the mess. She said, me and Alicia saw that he had stopped by Alex's room. Mm-hmm.
Lie number 1. She saw Brian stop by Alex's room and went and told Alicia what was going on. She could have kept that to herself. Stop being messy, because ain't nobody feeling you. You want to mess up somebody else's relationship.
Messy.
And it's going to cost her. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Messy Bessie.
And so Chris and Anthony are like, oh wow, like that's not good. And they were like, so if you wasn't interested in the girl, what would you do? And Chris just kind of looked like,
He was looking out for his boy. He like, yo, Brian is wrong, but I ain't gonna say nothing. And what Brian should have did, we all know, he should have told her, you know what, I would like to, but I can't.
And that's what Anthony said. Anthony said I would be like, I have to share with her, nah, I don't think so. Not that I'm not feeling you, but I don't think I want to come back.
I don't want him to come back. Or he could have came back and like, you know what, I stopped by Alex's room. I stopped by Alex's room, say good night, but now I'm coming to spend the rest of the night with you, and we're gonna see where things go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how, it could have fit. He could have came back and said, you know what, I came when I got to my room, I got a little sleepy, I'm tired, I'm going to go to good night, I'm staying in my room. But at least give her the common courtesy to go back and tell her.
Yeah, Chris was like, wow, I'm going to have to help my brother Brian out. That's
some childish stuff. We're grown men. You're a grown man, so do the grown man thing and let you know what, hey, Alicia, I'm not interested. Alicia, you know what, I want some of them Cheerios that you had in your room, so we can go ahead and sit in the bed and watch a movie.
Right. So, along those lines of talking about what's going on, then we see Joy, who shares what Simone told her about Winter.
Yeah, Winter said that. Winter felt hurt.
Yeah, she was.
She was like, I thought me and Simone was cool. Why would she go at that? Man, Jay was only in my room for like 3 seconds. We had a private conversation. It wasn't like that at all. Jay, and we know if you watch the show, and Jay never wears a shirt.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part. Jay likes to, he doesn't wear a shirt. So, they was at the pool too. So you can see, and then Simone came in on the again, go watch last episode, Simone walked up on something not knowing what was going on.
Right.
And didn't stick around to see how long Jay was there. Didn't sneak around to see what was going on. She just assumed because she liked Jay.
Mm-hmm. And Winter said, he just wanted to talk to me. It was just about 2 or 3 minutes, that was it. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that stuck out to us that Anthony's like listening to this conversation, and what struck him was Shay's excitement about spilling the tea and seeing it all go down. And he was like, yeah, nah. I think she throwing salt in the wounds, salt in the game. I don't know.
She's the one she like to stir the pot.
Yeah.
She likes to stir the pot. She's a starter.
So it didn't look good for Shay. So in that conversation, it didn't look good for Simone, but it really didn't look good for Shay. And Brian, you're going to have to get a good talking to.
Brian's lucky that this is a week that they don't eliminate the men.
Yes, I believe so.
He's lucky that they don't have to eliminate the men this week, because if they had to eliminate the men, Brian might have went home.
Yeah, he might have. Because that was tricky.
But then Winter does the grown woman thing. She's like, you know what? I need to go talk to Simone. Mm-hmm. We need to go have a conversation. And then, you see Simone, Joy, and Winter sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah, and, Winter approaches her like, I want to talk to you about something that was said that involved me, but you didn't talk to me about it. Mm-hmm. That was her thing. You was like, you could have come talk to me about it. It looked messy when you went to Joy and told her that Jay came by my room. Like, what were you trying to do? And she said, I didn't think we had a problem. And she was like, well, we don't have a problem. And basically, Simone was like, it came out of my insecurity. What she said off the side was, Winter and Joy are pretty and petite and ladylike and just so. And maybe I was a little bit jealous about them, and they getting attention and I'm not. So it kind of came out of that place of jealousy. And the way she said it, which Winter said, she said, you told her that Jay was in my room with his shirt off. Now, how that make me look? Mm-hmm. And Simone was like, well, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said it like that. Because like you said, Jay always got his shirt off. That ain't nothing out of the ordinary. Plus, they had just come from the pool at that point, right? So, yeah, Simone said she had an insecure moment and she apologized for it. And Winter was just like, I didn't like the light I was being presented in. And, they both all got kind of teary. Simone was just like, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to do better, And Joy was like, I respect both of y'all. And we want all of us to get together and, kind of be, she didn't say this, but, we want to be empowering. We don't want to tear each other down in this competition thing.
Right. And they want to keep each other uplifted. And she wasn't feeling Simone. And she accepted her apology, but it's like, I got some reservations.
Right.
I accept your apology. I want to stay. And, you know, Winter started crying and Simone started tearing up. We seen Simone. Simone has an issue. I think Simone has a self-confidence issue.
Oh, absolutely.
If you listen to what she said, people are pretty like you, Joy, and pretty like you, Winter. And when she looks at herself, she doesn't see that beauty that she has.
But she said that in another conversation, talking about how she could never be good enough for her dad. You know, and she had that one guy she dated. It was the same thing, how she got published. And he was like, oh, you missed some punctuation here. So, obviously, you know, she's got confidence issues. Confidence
issues and emotional issues. She might not be, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, she may not be ready for the show.
Right.
And she may not be ready to love someone because she really, truly, fully doesn't love herself.
Yeah. So then, since these conversations had to be had, Chris took it upon himself. Let me talk to my boy Brian.
Yeah.
And he said, man, you ain't looking good. It's not looking good.
And Chris tells him, look, bro, as a true friend would, look, you need to go handle that. You need to go talk to Alicia. You need to go talk to Alex. And we need to go ahead and fix this right now because you're not looking good and it's not a good look.
Yeah, and what Brian said was, you know, I shouldn't have handled it that way. I have a problem with rejecting people. Mm-hmm. Like, I should have just been like, you know, no, I don't want to come back. But instead I was like, because I didn't want to hurt her feelings kind of type thing. Sure, I'll come back.
Yeah.
But,
He said he didn't ghost her?
He said he zombied her.
He zombied her. Because she wasn't fully dead.
He said he wasn't fully dead.
Yeah, he wasn't fully dead.
He said he zombied her.
And you know, which I understand not wanting to reject people. Because some people have that. I don't want to tell people no. You know, we all got friends that don't like saying no. They don't like hurting anybody's feelings. But he didn't realize this hurts her feelings even more by zombieing her. And then it does you just telling you know Alicia's good, you know, but I'm not feeling you.
Yeah. So while Chris is talking to Brian about it.
Hold that thought, which I don't think. See, this is my problem with some of the guys like Brian and maybe Chris. You're putting your eggs all in one basket.
Yeah.
You're putting your eggs all in Alex. What if somebody else slips in? Try Alicia out, see what she likes. And Alicia did the same. You know, we'll find Alicia did the same thing. She put all her eggs in one basket and Brian. So this is a show. You have 10 women to pick from. Me go and have a conversation with all of them. We see Calfani. He's talking to, you know, Adriana. He's talking to Denise. We see Jay. Jay's talking to Winter. He's talking to Joy. He talked to Simone. Mm-hmm. And we see Edwin with Naya and Edwin with Winter. Mm-hmm. Have some diversification in your relationships.
Yeah, but I think that goes to like what you're saying. It's the nature of this show, the nature of this. I hate to say competition, but it's the nature of that, and I think people have a hard time balancing that because because you're in there trying to find love. Even it's a lot of people, but you feel somebody off the top, so you tend to want to just be with that person.
But when you feel somebody off the top, I think you're feeling somebody that you're used to seeing, or you're doing it right off of a physical attraction, or what they see, or what you see. You're not doing it off of the communication, getting to know that person. You're doing it just off of their physical attributes.
Yeah. But so yeah, Chris and Brian have a conversation. And so Shay, Messy Bessie, I'm gonna call it what it is. She decides she wants to have a conversation too. So she goes to talk to Alex. Adriana's there. She's talking to Alex about her visit with Brian and how, oh, you know, he had just left Alicia's room when he came to yours. And in the meantime, Alicia's like, oh, was my ears burning? She's like, come in here, girl. Let's talk about it.
Let's have a conversation.
And Alicia shares, you know, Brian was supposed to come back to my room. We had, you know, I had the snacks. Because I'm like a mama. So I had the snacks ready. You know, I had cleaned my room up and everything for him to come.
We was going to watch a movie.
We was going to watch a movie. But he didn't come back. And Alicia and Alex was like, you know, let's us go talk. Because it really don't have nothing to do with Shay, even though she stirred the pot. Mm-hmm. And Adriana absolutely has nothing to do with her. But, you know, they go off to talk. And Alex said Brian's behavior for her, the way he treated Alicia, it comes down to trust and vulnerability for her. It's like, if you would do that to Alicia, why would I think you wouldn't do it to me? And do I want to be vulnerable?
Right.
And let you in?
And which is true, because if you do it to one person, that characteristic that you have, is inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you may do it to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And she has the right to feel that way.
Mm-hmm. And so after Alicia has her talk with Alex, then she got to have her talk with Brian.
Yeah, and she's not feeling Brian at all. Brian could have said all the right things, and Alicia was already done. Alicia was done as soon as he saw her seen him kiss Alex.
Yeah.
And she was done. I mean, he couldn't have said anything to her. Even if he had went back to her room that night, I still think she would have gained from the riot act, and their relationship wouldn't have been where it's at. So Brian could have said, he tried to say the right things. He tried to say, I'm sorry, forgive me, I wasn't in her. She just wasn't feeling.
Yeah, he was like, you know, I left the lines blurred, and she was like, we can't have no blurred lines.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be what it either it is or it isn't. And, you know, you end up hurting my feelings. And she said, I'm looking at you different. And I want you to know, I want to tell you to your face, I'm looking at you different based off of this. It's not good.
It's not good at all.
It's not good. He said he made a mistake with a good heart, but, you know, because he made the mistake not trying to hurt her feelings, but in the end, you hurt her feelings.
Hurt her feelings.
Yeah. You should have just said, you know, it's too early. I don't think I want to, you know, come back for a movie.
Yeah, but we can still be social. We can still hang out later. Anything, so it wouldn't lie. When you're a liar, it's bad.
Yeah. So as you can see so far, this episode was a lot about talking and putting stuff on the table. You know, getting stuff straight. Because then we see Joy and Jay have a conversation, and you know they talk about the convo that they had with Winter and Simone and her sharing who was in whose room and who had no shirt on and stuff. And Jay really took note about it. He was like, you know, I'm not for all this he said, she said stuff. I'm not a gossip person, so that I don't really like that too much.
Most men don't get down like that though.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, it's of course they don't get down like that, but it's something different to be like from my female, anybody I'm dealing with, like, no, that's not cute. I don't want no lady that run her mouth all the time telling people business all.
Because you end up fighting. You spend more time protecting her and protecting that than you do doing anything else. And you be like, come on, I ain't gotta fight every night to prove my love. you know, that type of stuff.
And so after the conversation, like, so we see Winter and Calfani, you know, just having a little conversation, and he was like, what's up with you? Like, you know, she was like, all this drama, you know, people talking it. Calfani is oblivious. So we know he don't get caught up in the he said, she said, because she was like, you really don't know what's going on. He was like, no, clue me in. What is going on? Yeah. He don't know. I like that. I like that. Mm-hmm. So Shay and Rashid have a conversation. Here we go again.
The Shay Rashid at the bar, you know, Chris was hanging out there, and you know, I don't know what Shay was trying to do. I don't know if she was trying to hit on Rashid. I don't know what she was doing, but she came a little too strong. She came a lot of strong. You know, what's these tattoos? I mess with a Kappa. You know,
pretty boy Kappas, and she all rubbing on his tattoo.
And then she kind of said something that kind of, you know, he was no good neither, or something to that effect. Like, oh, he was a devil. That's what she said. He was a devil too, just like you. You know, like trying to be fun.
She didn't say like you. She said he was a Kappa like you, but he was a devil.
He was a devil, implying that it was just like you. But it didn't work out. She tried to twerk a little bit, and Chris was like, yo, just to be a little modest, Shay, you cool, but you're a little sexy.
Thank you, because he was like, she was too forward, too aggressive, rah, you know. He was like, you know, tone that down. What she said was, I'm ready to be submissive. I've been in a relationship where I've had to be the man. I've had to take charge. I've had to be aggressive. And I don't want to be in that place no more. And it's like she's saying that, but she's still doing it.
Yeah,
she wasn't soft at all.
I don't know. Shay looked like she was drinking a little too much for me.
Or that too. I think Chris remarked about that.
I think Shay might have been a little tipsy in most of her scenes that when you've seen her really go out there, I think she had drunk a little too much. Open bar, free bar. Shay take advantage of it.
It's not looking good for Shay. Yeah. But Winter and Jay have a conversation. And see, this is where I was like, I kind of feel like he's like Brian, kind of playing, I hate to say both sides against the middle, but like, I don't know. I mean, it's a dating.
He's diversifying.
I know, but he's talking these women up like, to have them almost like, okay, I'm his number one. You know, they had this issue on the previous season about who's number one and who's number two when it came to what's my homegirl with the big hair.
Oh man, I can't remember. I got her name too.
Oh man, yeah.
It was Alexis and Divine.
Yeah.
Divine. So.
Yeah. All that.
Yeah, that one. See, was on 1 and 2, my man. Hey.
And so, you know, Jay says, you know, I heard about the whole who said, she said, he said, she said, and what had happened. And she was like, you know, I just want to get past it and, you know, get along with everybody. And I had some empathy for Simone. You know, we all cried. It was like, you know, we was trying to be all girl power and everything. And so he said, you know, I see your strength. I see your peace. You know, that's he didn't say it to her, but he was like, you know, like that's attractive to me. And he's like, basically like, I'm feeling Winter, you know. And I'm like, I know it's a dating show, a reality show, but I just felt like, I'm like, he's making it hard for himself. And he's making it hard for them when he has to choose, or when one of them has to choose.
Well, again, he's playing the field. At least he knows in this way. He has 3 votes to keep him there.
Who are the 3? Winter, Simone, and Joy.
Simone and Joy. He has 3 votes to keep him there. At the end of the day, you want to be a fight of 3 couples. So you want to see how you can maneuver. And now when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, he's gonna have to make a hard decision. Yes.
Yeah.
But again, he may not, because somebody else may pick Joy off. Somebody may pick Winter off. Somebody may pick Simone off. We just never know. But he's got 3 right now to choose from.
Yeah, he does. And so Simone, while he talks about, Winter, while he's talking about her strength, she says, I see this quiet strength that you have. I see the king in you. When you come in the room, it's like you command the room and you don't have to even say nothing. It's such a strength about you. I just, you know, it just exudes off of you, and I just love it so much. You don't have to say anything.
Hey.
I'm telling you, I like Jay. And I'm not mad. I don't think he being shysty or shifty about it. It's just I see Jay got a way of making a woman feel special. And
What's wrong with that?
And because I can see that's the kind of guy that makes 2 and 3 women feel special, and they don't even know about each other.
Oh. So you going there? Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't go there with you.
Yeah, that's what I see. I'm like.
But he said he's trying to find love.
He is, but. It's going to be, look, when the rubber meet the road, it's going to be a problem. So, then we see, again, exploring options. Calfani and Adriana.
My man said
he
likes
that little flirty thing.
He said he like her height. He like a tall woman.
She's not tall.
He said he like her height. He said he like her height.
She's more petite. Remember, Denise is the one that's like.
I know what it is, but he said, and I quote, Calfani said he likes her height.
Yeah, but not because she's tall. Because she's not tall.
But she's a nice size for him.
Thank you. That's
she's
what
it
is.
She's a nice size for him.
She's a nice size for him. And he said, I like her shape. I like, you know, her little personality, whatever. And, you know, he says there's some chemistry there. You know, he been up all in Denise's face. And I heard what you had said, Denise, about Adriana smiling in my face, but I still want to see how this going. And truth be told, Calfani was like, I kind of didn't like that jealous bone that I saw in Denise. I didn't care for it too much.
Didn't care.
But they have a whole love language talk, and he was like, my love language is quality time. And she was like, you know, I like when people, you know, do things for me, you know, and neither one of them could think of, which I think is funny. You talking about love languages, but she couldn't remember that it was acts of service. That she liked. So they had a nice little conversation about that. Adriana was like, I feel different with Calfani than I do with Rashid. Like with Rashid, it's something solid. I already knew him. It's something I'm familiar with. With Calfani, I kind of feel like I'm a high school, like, oh, you so fun.
Calfani was like, yo, let me give you a massage.
And he was giggling. Like, for big old Calfani giggling.
Laughing like it was high school. He was having a good time. You don't see that. You don't see that with him and Denise.
No.
But you see him now with Adriana. It may be tides may be shifting just a little bit.
I know. But see, the bad thing is, which when Tommy meets with the guys, the only person Rashid is really feeling is Adriana.
He got a problem.
Eek.
He got a problem. He need to go explore.
Yeah.
He need to explore. He need to act like he don't. He needs to explore, because when you don't explore, you're gonna go home.
Yeah. Jay says he's feeling joy in winter.
Mm-hmm.
Edwin was like you said earlier, he said, yeah, I had breakfast with Naya. She kind of nice. And Chris gave him the side eye like, for real. But he said he's feeling Naya and joy.
And then my man Jay gave him the side eye when he said joy. Like,
yeah.
A lot of side eyes in the room.
We had a little bit of a surprise. Anthony said he's feeling winter. And Denise.
They've been hiding that from us.
That was surprising to me.
Production been hiding that one.
Yeah, I was like surprised. And like I said, Rashid said Adriana. Brian said flat out Alex, which the guys didn't know what's going on. I was like, oh, wow, okay. You're not going to say Alicia at all? Calfani said he's feeling Denise and Adriana. But he said he didn't care for the way that jealous bone again that she kind of displayed. It was like, oh, I see you talking to Miss Smile all in your face. Miss be smiling in everybody's face. And then Chris, of course, he got his one and only. He only looking at Naya.
But the thing that interesting was brought up, Tommy was talking about, the light skin, dark skin thing came up again. And Tommy said, we still doing that? Like, are we really still?
Because Rashid brought up the conversation that it came to him that Denise said, I see narcissistic traits in him. Yeah. He's tall, he light skinned, he in a fraternity. And Tommy was like, well, shoot, I'm light skinned too. I'm in a fraternity. They just happen to be in the same fraternity.
Right.
And he like, that's what we doing. Like, we got to get this straight between
us as black
people, this light skin, dark skin, which I ain't gonna get into it. That goes all the way back to slavery times. Yeah. Trying to stir up dissension between the slaves, and when it came to all this mixing and master dipping off in, and who was in the field and who's in the house. Yeah, it was a whole lot. That is a conversation that I don't know if they'll get into it anymore, but it is, something that we have to be careful of, that we don't stereotype people because they like, okay, because just because you light skin don't make you a pretty boy.
Right.
And just because you dark skin don't mean you're not a pretty boy.
Right.
Because there's some dark skin pretty boys. Mm-hmm. And there's some rough around the edge light skin boys. Correct. You know what I'm saying? Guys, men, sorry. So for that, Rashid says, I ain't feeling Denise. Mm-hmm. Chris says, she might not be ready to love, because if she's expressing this pain when it came to the narcissistic dude she dealt with, she might not be able to get past this pain to actually, get into some love or whatever. Jay says he wasn't feeling Simone. Well, he was feeling her. Yeah. And he said he had to have a conversation with her about the whole you told my business type of stuff. So he's kind of on the fence with her, like, I don't know, about that. And so Chris said the person he was least feeling was Alicia. Yeah. And here come your boy.
Brian was like, yo, I'm not feeling it neither. Tommy said, hold on, what's going on, dog? And then y'all go out. Of course, Tommy in the production knows what's going on and giving Tommy some cues. But he told him so. He said, hey, be straight with me, Brian. You talking slow now. Yeah. You're like, come on, brother. We men, be honest, what's going on? He still, what we saw, he still couldn't get it out. He kind of got it out. He still didn't get it out. He didn't want to say, I messed up. This is what I did. Right. I don't know if because he didn't want to tell Tommy he messed up. But guess what, dog? He already know. We already know.
Yeah, he really beat around the bush. Mm-hmm. Tommy was like, come on, just say it or whatever. And then Tommy made a point, was like, hold on, so you the one that messed up, but now as a result you not feeling Alicia?
Now you're not feeling Alicia. You messed up, dog.
Come on. So Tommy says, in the end, I see y'all got these 3 names swirling around. It's Alicia, Denise, and Shay.
Now, look, this is where my problem is at. I thought Simone was going to go home.
Yeah, he thought her.
We
both thought.
Why would you put Simone on there? You could have let Alicia stay. Now I understand towards the end why Alicia had to go. But Alicia could have stayed. Yeah. To try to find somebody else. Simone, they saved the only one feeling her is Jay. Not too many people said her name. Mm-hmm. They could have let her go. And this is my point. She was on the chopping block the first day.
Yeah.
So what did she do in the last couple of weeks to improve her positioning to stay?
We ain't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. So I would have been Simone. I would have been Denise, Simone, and Shay.
Yeah, I think I would have left Alicia too.
I'd have left Alicia.
But so they send Chris to talk to Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna hit that one yet. Edwin goes to talk to Shay.
Yep.
And the one that we thought was like, dang.
Who?
Which we kind of felt like it was a setup a little bit.
Yeah.
They sent Calfani to talk to Denise.
Yeah.
I you gonna send the dude that she been vibing with to talk to her. It's kind of a setup. We kind of felt, as we was sitting there watching, was like, she must not be leaving. Because they wouldn't send the person she was talking to.
Send her home.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them do that.
We haven't seen them do it. We haven't seen them
do that. So, you know, of course, we dip in and they talk about Shay. You know, Edwin tell her like she's a homie, blah, blah, blah. Shay goes home, bam, gone. You know, she done. It really ain't much to say about Shay. Shay gone home. I know all y'all wanted Shay to go home. Hey, it's not much to say. Hey, Chris did. Edwin did what he supposed to do. She out of here.
And she took it well.
She took it well. She hugged him. She like lost a lot by being here. Not really lost a lot, but
she put some things on hold.
Put some things on hold to come there. You know, the two chefs hugged it out. She out. Next, you know, we see my main man Chris. He talks to Alicia. He said, you know, Alicia, you know, the guys like you. You got a lot of, you know, like your body.
You're beautiful. Got your curves. You like your assertiveness.
You like your assertiveness, but we
personality.
We just seeing you like friends. Some people seeing you like a homie.
And she basically was like, yeah, you know, I had a homeboy vibe with most of y'all. Only person I was really feeling was Brian anyway.
Yeah, and we ain't feeling Brian no more, so.
She said, I'm picky. I know I am.
Yeah, you know, but Chris being a gentleman helped her with her shoes. He said, man, I hate to see you. You hate to see you leave.
But I love it when love to look at you when you go.
Love to look at you when you go. She said, good boy, go ahead. He was standing there like, man, look at all that. Go up the
He
ramp.
really was. He really was like, dang, I probably should have tried to move that way.
Move that way.
With all that junk in her trunk.
Alicia went home. Calfani told Denise that she needed to lighten up a little bit, mind her own business, stop prejudging people without knowing them, and you know, and begin to relax and not be so jealous. Because he told her, look, that was one of the issues I had with you because you felt some type of way. Yeah,
and the lack of respect that you're showing for other people. Mm-hmm. He was like, it's not a good look, sis. I'm trying to holler at you, but it's not looking good.
I think that was a good move by letting him talk to Calfani because he has her ear.
Mm-hmm.
And so because he says it, she's going to take that. And we see that even after she survives and we go into the next clip and she end up, going out on a date with Anthony.
Which obviously they've been doing before.
Right.
Besides that first time, he said it kind of started at the beginning when he was rubbing her feet.
Rubbing her feet.
But yeah, they have their little, what's it?
Croquet.
Okay. That they was playing, and he's trying to show her what to do, and she's like, okay, I tell myself kind of loosen up and explore some things.
She hadn't been that close to a man and behind her in a minute.
She got a little touchy-feely. I don't know how to act,
She know how to act.
And so just a little chemistry and a vibe there.
Then her competitiveness got her in trouble.
Here you go.
Being competitive, we talked about last review that she's very competitive. So competitive, she want to put a bet on the croquet game that she's, just now learning. And the loser will have to go skinny dipping.
That's what she said, and Anthony went for it.
Oh, and he a true man. And dog like, skinny? Oh, I ain't gonna lose this. Anthony won. And what I like about Denise, she owned up to the bet. She didn't try to skip out on it.
No.
It's the middle of the day, so guess what? She went down there. He helped her get out of her pants. She had a little, a bathing suit. A bodysuit on. No bra. Bob, she jumps into the water. Boom, Anthony like, she got in, she really did it. So he dropped down to his drawers. he jumped in too. They was like skinny dipping in the middle of the day. I ain't mad at him.
I was like, oh, okay.
I ain't mad at him at all.
Okay.
Nope, not at all.
The only other thing I wanted to mention was that Adriana, Simone, and Alex, they talk about the fact that Denise is still being there, and like who's connecting with her. It's like she's still here. Like who's feeling her, except for the fact that with a lot of them, it's Calfani.
They didn't know about Anthony. Anthony been underneath the radar.
Yeah, he flew under the radar.
Flying underneath the radar.
Slick like that. He's slick cool. Like that. And did Anthony say it or was it Chris? I don't know. But it was like, Denise got this girl with her.
Yeah.
He said, but it was Anthony, but I like it.
But
It's not a whole lot. It's not so much that it turns me off, but I like that rough.
Little
I like that roughness about it. He liked it.
He liked it.
I don't know.
They're competitive. Remember, Anthony want to play football too, so they're both competitive.
I
He plays
ain't
NFL.
competitiveness.
But he likes the competition, the aggressiveness that's in there. I see what he's feeling. I see what he's doing there.
I don't know. But the last thing we see, Tommy meets with the ladies.
Yeah, he ushered the ladies in.
And lets them know, it's y'all turn to put a man on the chopping block. And everybody knows that when you're in a good relationship, the best people to fill them out and see what they about is your friends.
Yeah.
So we're going to be bringing your friends in. We're going to introduce them to your friends.
Yeah, and the clips look very interesting.
They about to eat these jokers alive.
They're going to eat some jokers up.
I ain't mad.
Dude's going to have to be honest, and some relationships may change.
Yes.
We may see some swapping in relationships.
Yeah, man.
Because a lot of people value their friend's opinion.
Yes.
When your friend say he no good, he might not be any good.
And these questions, they about to get him the fifth degree.
To fifth degree. Hey, but thanks for joining us. If you have a comment, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Don't miss any of our reviews. Man, I'm ready to love. I'm enjoying it.
I am too.
5 episodes down.
I'm ready to start seeing them, really coupling up. I'm curious to see where it's going to end up at.
Yeah, and all of you out there who watch this video, hope you all guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Make sure you be safe. Make sure whatever your state requires you to do, go ahead and do that. But enjoy family, enjoy the fact that you're still alive, and be safe.
Yep. Have a good one.
Have a good one. See you next
Thanks.
week. Bye.